Hello everyone, this is Claire at Maber Studio, and my friends at AO.com have challenged me to make hot cross buns at home. Now, I love bread making, but I have never attempted to make hot cross buns, partly because they look complicated to make, and partly because I've heard a rumour that making sweet dough is more complicated than making savoury dough. So today we're going to see just how simple they are to make. So I'm being helped very significantly today by my Panasonic bread maker. This is the SDZB2502. You'll find a link to that in the description below. And I've also got a recipe from AO.com, which you can find on their website. Now, I've had a little look at the recipe, and I have to say, I'm actually quite surprised at how simple it is to do, and also how you literally just put all the ingredients, except for one, in the bread maker and leave it for a couple of hours. So I'm gonna get started with doing all of that and see how that works out. So here's the little bit that goes inside the bread maker, and into that we're going to put our dry ingredients. As I say, you'll find a link to the exact quantities beneath in the description, but I'm putting in some spices, putting some yeast and some strong flour in at the moment, and a little bit of salt as well, always helps to bring out the flavour. One of the unusual ingredients, and probably the only one that you won't have in your cupboard at home, is dried milk. So you need about a tablespoon of that. We're going to put an egg in as well, so I'll just crack that. Spices are good. So that's the egg going in. Now the yeast I use, which I have to say is not the one recommended by the recipe, just needs to be dissolved in water. So I've chucked that in with 100 ml of water that we need for the recipe, and I'm putting the two in together. So that, bar one ingredient, is it. And I'll just slot into the bottom there, nice and securely. Okay. Now what I need to do is select a program that I'm going to use for this, which is number 17. That is for raisin dough. If you look in the instruction manual, you'll see that there is another one for raisin dough, but that is to make the whole loaf all the way through the process, so you get a finished loaf out of it rather than getting dough. One more thing that I need to do, this bread maker's got a really nifty little feature. If you lift up the top, there is actually a raisin tray. So you can put raisins and or nuts or things like that which go in here that need to be added to the mixture later on. All I need to do now is press start. And that's it. So my program is now finished on the bread maker, and that means the dough is ready now to shape into 8 little buns. So we'll open that up. We're going to cover these up and leave them to prove for 30 minutes so that they get nice and big, and then we're going to come back and we're going to put the crosses on top. Right, so we're back for the final stage before we put them into the oven, which is the part where we add the crosses. And I've taken the crosses mixture, put it into a little plastic bag, and I'm going to snip the corner off the plastic bag. Hope this works well. It's always hard to judge how big to make that snip. And then once we've done that, it's just a case of popping in the oven at 220 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. And the very last piece of the jigsaw puzzle, add your sugar glaze. So there you go, a complete batch of warm, homemade hot cross buns made with very little effort. Thank you for watching. If you found that video helpful, then please give this video a like. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. And don't forget, if you'd like to see more family and lifestyles videos, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.